Welcome to Source Not Found, a show about the worst versions of your favorite things. Every other week, we explore an IP, franchise, or fandom by way of its sequels, spin-offs, and side projects. Basically anything but the source material. I'm Brandon June, and this is actually my final episode. I'm just breaking this news to you now, Bo, but this is going to be it for me. I've decided to open a rhinoplasty clinic. My only client is Peter Stormare, his sheriff character, but I feel like that's enough business to really keep me afloat for a while.
And my name is Bo Woodall, and going with that, I'm actually Peter Stormare's mustache. So maybe we open this together.
He needs a lot of care. Just in the facial area.
Just starting this movie and seeing recurring favorite actor of the show, Peter Stormare.
Official favorite devil of Source Not Found.
Definitely favorite devil of Source Not Found. Just seeing him show up with a beautifully groomed upper lip. Just, man, and just chewing that scenery. It felt good.
Looking good. Chewing it up and then getting chewed and just getting fucking busted to hell. Like busted. That poor man Snow.
So hard. Man.
You kind of love to see it because he's such a villainous character, but even then, like, my God.
At a certain point, you're like, all right. Take it easy on the old man.
I mean, yeah. That's a lot of nose trauma for one feature film.
Yeah.
So welcome, everybody. We are hanging out with Hansel and Gretel.
Still talking witches.
Witch month continues. Still talking witches.
And this time we're talking the 2013 film Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, starring Jeremy Renner and Gemma Arterton. Okay, I have actually quite a bit to say about this, but let's start with the numbers.
Yeah. Okay.
Start with the numbers. This bad boy came out the weekend of January 27th, 2013, right? Its budget was estimated to be around $50 million, which that's all on the screen, I think, really. Like, they brought all that money to play, especially in the makeup department. Opening weekend, $20 million. Worldwide gross, $226 million. So not bad. Not bad. Not a smash hit, but it certainly made money.
Did better than I would have expected, considering I honestly didn't know this movie existed until you suggested it as a topic.
I'm amazed it did so well, coming out in late January. That's that's a spot on time.
It's the witchiest month.
It's a spot on time for a hyper violent witch movie. It was number one in the box office its weekend.
Okay.
Number two was the movie Mama, which I have not seen. I also wrote down their budgets. Mama was $15 million. Silver Linings Playbook with Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper was number three. That was a $21 million movie. Zero Dark 30, Catherine Bigelow's follow-up to Hurt Locker, $40 million. And then the Jennifer Lopez and Jason Statham joint Parker was number 5 at $35 million budget.
So I did see Silver Linings Playbook.
As did
Looking back, I think if I went to the movies again, if I could redo it all, I would see Silver Linings Playbook.
Yeah.
But this would be a nice second choice.
Honestly, yeah. Okay.
This would maybe be a better movie theater time. It's a fun ride.
I did not expect. I think I remember having seen this movie. I definitely know it existed, unlike you. I'm pretty sure I saw it. But man alive, when I started watching it and all of a sudden people were just getting horrifically murked left, right, and center.
Yeah.
And then Jeremy Renner and Gemma Arterton are dropping F-bombs. I'm like, what has happened? Is this a rated R film? It is a rated R film.
Yeah. With Adam McKay
And Will Ferrell as producers.
Which was wild to see. So here's the thing. Before we jump in to the movie itself, because like I said, I didn't know this existed. But here's the thing I did know exists, and I'm wondering if you knew about this. This is 2013 Jeremy Renner.
Yep.
He's about to hit his peak. Not quite there yet. Because as we all know, Jeremy Renner peaked in 2017, between the years of 2017 and 2019, if you'll recall, because of one very specific app. This is, of course, the Jeremy Renner app. Are you aware of this thing?
I've heard about it. I have no idea what it was. It like a sleep app? Did he read you stories or something like that?
Honestly, that would have been preferable to what it was, because like that would have been some level of investment in the app's content from Jeremy Renner. No, Jeremy Renner, like the Jeremy Renner app was just a social network, like an Instagram for just Jeremy Renner photos. Like you join the app and you just see his Instagram feed, basically. And then it's like marketed as an app for like his number one fans to connect to everyone's favorite actor / musician. And oh man, we're going to talk about the actor side of Jeremy Renner today, but I think we would maybe not be doing our due diligence if we didn't talk about him as a musician. I mean, I don't know about you, but like, I was listening to Main Attraction before we started recording this morning to just get fucking amped up. Really always gets me in the spirit.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about right now.
Are you serious? Are you not aware of Jeremy Renner's musical career?
No. And what's funny is I actually have a few actors' music careers on rotation on my Spotify list. Jensen Ackles has a really fun kind of Americana country band. Jensen Ackles from Supernatural. And I've talked about DJR several times. He's just fucking Steve from Stranger Things, Joe Keery. And he's magnificent. So I have nothing against an actor jumping into the music field, especially if they do it well. But I had no idea Jeremy Renner had like 40 odd inches of grunt or whatever the fuck Russell Crowe's band is called.
It's the exact kind of like generic radio rock you would expect, but yeah, he's doing that. Now, see, if you were on the Jeremy Renner app, you would know about this because you would get frequent updates.
I'm ashamed of myself.
There was a whole music tab. So yeah, it was basically like him copy and pasting his Instagram posts over to his own app. And then if you joined it, you could invest in stars. You buy stars with real currency that you then use to basically give likes to Jeremy Renner's posts. Like it's like if Instagram was only Jeremy Renner. And you just scroll through his posts, and then you can decide how many stars you want to give to one of his posts. And if you were to, say, spend $10 and get a few hundred stars, and then you put them all on a post, well, then you now get listed up into the potential top 3 or maybe even number 1 fan liking that post. You get seen by Jeremy Renner, and you get a chance to maybe have your comment read by Jeremy Renner. Sometimes he even decides to, in his unbounded grace, to respond to his fans with maybe a single emoji or a "have a great weekend." And that's what you're opting in for.
Huh.
Yeah. As you can see, there's no reason it should have only lasted 2 years. I can't believe it's not around to this day, but it did eventually close down. It became like Troll City because, as you might imagine, they didn't account for any number of factors when they designed the Jeremy Renner app.
No, of course they didn't.
Other people impersonating Jeremy Renner or any number of other celebrities that just turned the thing into absolute chaos.
Just a lot of people with names like Jeremy Jenner, Jeremy Jenner 1, J Renner 69420 Blaze It.
That's actually the official Jeremy Renner username.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, he seems like a cool enough guy where he is straight up just like his online handle for the Jeremy Renner app is like dab on my hater's grave Fortnite or something.
Oh man, like if like in the music video Main Attraction, as we all know, like the way he swings that mic. Oh, wait a second, you don't.
I don't,
because you're not a real Renner head. But
I'm
those
not.
of us who are, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that is a thing that existed. I'm not making this shit up. This is not a bit. Look it up. It was real for a brief period of time when Renner was truly peaking. All that to say, like, I actually have almost no thoughts or feelings, to again reference my favorite Blood Rain review, about Jeremy Renner as an actor. He's sort of one of the most like middle of the road. Like I don't know. Like he's Hawkeye. Honestly, any number of people could have been Hawkeye. I don't feel anything about him. This was maybe the most I've ever enjoyed him in anything.
Yeah. No, I'm actually. He was so silly.
Yeah.
And
yeah, he was.
It just they both see everyone on set seemed like they were having a very good time making this movie.
Oh yeah. Famke Janssen was loving this.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
She was having a good time.
She was eating every scene with a spoon. Loving it every second.
Yeah, he's got some very funny scenes. Like he's got some genuinely good comedic timing. Like when the tracker comes into the tavern and is about to explode and he knows what's coming and he just sort of like pulls the kid in front of him to like be like a gore guard. So he doesn't get splattered on. Like just shit like that. Like he can be funny. He can be really good. I never really see him doing much of anything. He's always just kind of there in any movie I see him in. Like he's a functional, you know, like what do we need for this role? We need like white dude of this age bracket.
I was going to say
with this
a
build.
Generically handsome white man who has some ability to be active and physically fit.
Yeah. Get Jeremy on the horn. Oh, he's on tour right now? Shit. All right.
Main Attraction all over again. Have you seen the movie Tag?
I have not.
Because he's actually very funny in that as well.
Oh yeah.
So
okay.
if you liked the comedic side of Jeremy Renner in this movie, Tag is also a fun one.
I did like it. It was a nice surprise to see him doing that because I feel like, yeah, whenever I see him, it's like, yeah, I know him from the MCU, and then he's always just doing like, you know, like he was in Bourne and shit like that. Like he's just
Mission Impossible.
Yeah. And again, with any of those roles, like it's kind of like the same deal.
Yeah.
Like, you're kind of getting the same thing.
Definitely.
So it was a fun surprise.
Okay, I just want to power through the plot of this movie before we get into some of the more wild and crazy stuff. I do have a question for you, though.
You know it. You know the thing. The kids, they go in the woods. They find the candy house.
Well, so here's my question. Do we want, like, the back of the box synopsis? Or should
Absolutely.
I just... Okay.
Well, wait. I don't know. Is this like the original Grimm back of the box synopsis? Or is this like a Disney-fied modern version that takes out all the horrors and the violence?
I mean,
what version of the fairy tale are we getting here?
I was just gonna pull it from IMDb.
I was making a dumb joke. Please,
okay,
you
cool.
can just read the synopsis.
I'm gonna try to get through this without laughing because some of it is pretty ridiculous. 15 years after horrific experience in a deceptively inviting gingerbread house, orphans Hansel and Gretel have become famous for ridding the countryside of witches.
Pause.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. Gingerbread house?
Dude, I would eat the fuck out of that house, though.
Was it gingerbread?
It was various and sundry candies, I think.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought. I thought it was made of candy. Was there gingerbread? Maybe I misremembered.
I mean, I think so. Maybe the walls were gingerbread, and like,
is that right? Because I've always conceived of it as just a candy house, not a gingerbread house. Like that's made of gingerbread with like candy trim, candy fixins. But you have a base there for a meal. Like you got the bread, and then you can pile it up with the sweets to your liking, but like if you just got Candy House, you've just got sugar. It's much less substantial. And honestly, this meal, like watching the kids eat that viscous, nasty gloop was like it gave me a tummy ache.
Yeah. Well, also, gingerbread is not necessarily just a bread. It's a fucking sweet as hell cookie. So you're still getting a lot of sugar even with the base.
Oh, for sure. But there's like a big difference between like having a plate of cookie and then like having half melted like peppermint goop.
I was going to say, or having just like a big thing of Sour Patch Kid goop.
My tummy's getting hurtier.
I'm sorry. I would still eat all of that. Despite their stellar success record, the brother and sister face a unique challenge when an extremely powerful witch is identified as the culprit stealing children from a local village with the intent to sacrifice them in an ancient magical ceremony to be held on the night of the blood moon. As Hansel and Gretel race against the clock, making several unlikely allies on the way, among them a troll and a witch hunter fanboy, they unexpectedly come across a link to their own pasts and the secret their parents took with them when they disappeared.
So starting with like the way that they recap the tale that we all know from childhood, the Hansel and Gretel story that kicks this whole thing off, I want to say like my first thought was the witch looks damn scary. Like she looks good.
Yeah, she looks great. She looks better than any other witch in the movie.
Yeah. She also kind of sounds like a Karen, you know.
A little bit.
The oven's not hot enough. This steak is tepid. There's a draft in here. This glass is spotted.
I want to talk to your manager.
Give me the manager of the forest.
Yeah. Park ranger.
The witches overall look good. Some of them are kind of goofy. There's the one, I don't remember her name. There's the
Most of them don't have names.
Okay. Like, I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention, but it's like one of the triumvirate of like the underlings.
Yeah.
And she kind of looks like she should be playing bass for Mudvayne.
Oh, yeah, she does.
You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
She's kind of a goofball, but yeah, they all look good enough.
I respectfully disagree with the budget of $50 million. I thought they could have done a little bit more, but I did kind of like the Jim Henson Creature Factory troll. Like,
yeah, me too.
That had some like Dark Crystal shit going on. Just some old school Henson style.
Yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised by a couple things. Of course, Jeremy Renner, first and foremost. Again, big Renner head. But second, like the level of texture. Like 2013, like campy, winking at the camera, play on a existing fairy tale, and like we're gonna adult it up and make it kind of like horror comedy. Like I expected just like CG bullshit, like bad effects, and like there was actual like makeup and physical like puppetry and like costuming and good textures within the film.
It
like,
also had a little bit of some Sam Raimi gore vibes to it.
It's got some Sam Raimi energy for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, we both love Sam Raimi very, very much. So it's not surprised that we look at this and kind of see it as a little bit of a fun ride.
It's like it's the first battle after like the first battle with the witch in particular, where she like flies backwards out of the cottage window in the battle. Yeah. And like the camera swoop there, and like that is so frenetic, and yeah, it's really a lot of fun. Like by the end, I felt like we were doing a little bit too much of like brawling. Like you have that amazing climax. I don't want to jump to the end exactly, but it does, like you have this really high moment of like a climactic battle, and then it kind of like continues and we go back to just like a more interior like brawl, and there's a little bit too much of just like punching and throwing each other around, you know?
Yeah.
But aside from that, like small nitpick, like most of the action is very good. Better than I was expecting.
Okay. So with that, with the start, we get to see the witch tossed into the oven, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It surprised the hell out of me that these two 10-year-olds are vicious. Like there is no hesitation. Gretel just stabs and stabs and stabs.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty gnarly. And then we get our opening credits of them kind of newspaper headlines, quote unquote, of all of the witches that they kill over the years.
And those credits, they kind of reminded me, like, it's like the animation style or whatever. I don't know. As I was watching them, like, it reminded me of the game Pentiment, like the same sort of artistic style and like light animation, and like, 10 out of 10 game. I was happy to see that.
And so we get to where they are now, and Peter Stormare is a sheriff accusing a woman of being a witch, and in come Hansel and Gretel basically saying, "You're an idiot. The mayor has hired us to figure this stuff out." And we go through. Children have been taken, several of them, I think 11 at this point. And they go through and they find a few more witches. They find documentation of what this ceremony will be about, like a big sacrifice or a big ceremony on the Sabbath of the Black Moon or Blood Moon. And we go through and we find out that both the woman accused of being a witch in the beginning, as well as Hansel and Gretel's mom, are both good witches or white witches. They cannot and will not use their magic against humans. And then kind of comes the climax. They need the bad witches need the heart of a good witch, and Gretel is the daughter of a white witch, so she will do. And so she gets kidnapped and all that. And then we have a big rescue, and there we go. That's pretty much it.
That's the thing. That's the movie. But within that, genuine moments of intensity, like some fun action sequences, and surprise. Like when Peter Stormare's sheriff character gets squished. Like, I didn't expect him to exit the movie quite so early. Like, it's a genuine surprise, like how quickly some of these deaths come and how, like, viscerally violent, like how gleefully gratuitous and gory they are.
When the main bad witch, who did you catch her name?
Jean Grey. But this was the Phoenix, though.
Yeah, definitely Phoenix. When she makes the main tracker guy helping Hansel and Gretel basically bring his shotgun up, that surprised the crap out of me. Muriel. Her name was Muriel.
Muriel.
Not a great witch name, but, you know, what do you do? Okay. I have 3 big notes that I want to bring up real fast.
Yeah.
First off, I did not expect the gore at all.
Yeah, hard R.
I also did not expect nudity. Just...
Oh, right, the bathing scene?
Yeah, just all of a sudden, there's butt and boobs. And I was like, I'm watching this on Tubi. Huh. Unexpected.
Were you really?
No, Pluto TV. Yeah.
I would have bet money that you owned this.
I may. And I just didn't
He's
look.
checking his shelf. He forgets. This is a Mummy 3 situation all over again. He doesn't even know what he's got.
I don't own it. I may attempt to get it because I think this could be a fun autumn movie every couple of years.
It's a fun. I enjoyed it. Like, I don't know if I would want to watch it again, but if like I were at if I was at your house, you know, like, let's put it on and have a drink, like, I wouldn't say no.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that sounds like a good time.
Also, Hansel and Gretel's fashion is legit. Like, everybody else in this movie is kind of just, you know, peasants in a way. But like Jeremy Renner's coat, I want that jacket. I want it. I looked at Kaylin and said, I want that jacket. And she looked at me and said, of course you do. So at least she knows me well.
I think I developed a crush on Gretel. during this thing.
Yes. I get it.
Wow. Yeah, you get it. She, I don't think I'd ever seen her in anything before. I wasn't familiar with this actor.
I want to say she's in the MCU.
Is she really?
I think she is. I'm trying to remember who she is, though.
It's Gemma Arterton. Is that right?
Yeah. Oh, no. She was she was in the Prince of Persia movie. She was in the Clash of the Titans movie.
Those are both things that we could cover considering the foundation of our show, looking at adaptations and sequels. So I had an idea. I think we should do a month on Prince of Persia.
Okay.
And then I think it would be really great to source Greek mythology and watch the Clash of the Titans.
Sounds awesome.
Unrelated to any feelings I have about Gretel.
No, of course. Yeah. No, I'm sure.
I just think they'd be good topics to talk about. Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
She's fucking cool in this movie. She's such a badass. The way she just like headbutts the sheriff like early on.
She was also the blonde, one of the Bond girls in Quantum of Solace.
I saw that movie. Didn't remember that.
It's not good. It's a rough one.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I actually saw that before I saw Casino Royale.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I hadn't seen Casino Royale, and then like Quantum of Solace was playing at like the Dollar Theater, and my friends were like, "Let's go see that." Like, I haven't seen the newest. I haven't seen any recent James Bond. I think it's fine. It's a James Bond movie. Just jump in. I just jumped in. Like, oh, this is not very fun.
Yeah, no, that sucks. But yes,
I want my dollar back.
She was awesome in this movie.
Yes, so good. So good.
I don't know. I really enjoyed the troll and the practical effects on that. I thought everybody seemed to have a great time in the movie. I was shocked by the fact that this was a hard R movie based on Hansel and Gretel.
Mm-hmm. I really like, so I kind of brought it up. The problem sometimes with Sam Raimi energy and just like horror comedy in general is like, we usually have this monstrous creature. Maybe it's a deadite, a witch, whatever it is, right? That are capable of any number of things, of like quickly just eviscerating a human body with claws or fangs or whatever, right? Like, but a lot of times, like, despite that, things turn into like a several minutes long, like just brawl of people like throwing one another around, punching, elbows, whatever. Like, I don't know. I understand like why it's done to sort of like drag out the climax, and we've talked a few times about different experiences, like different media experiences, where how refreshing it is to just see a climax that just sort of ends
right
like, quickly.
Yeah, sure.
You know, like the original Dracula, you catch up to Dracula and you just pop it open and just like, there's no chapter long brawl in the snow where people are getting thrown about. Just like they fucking cut his head off and it's done. There's an urgency and immediacy to it that is really nice that we lose in a lot of movies like this.
Sure.
Because they just feel the need to just pad things out, you know? And we do, like I said, we have a little bit of that. But it was fun to just see, like, again, Peter Stormare's sheriff just get immediately squished, and just like, those things are effective because we are sort of accustomed now to seeing in like a movie like this, things take their time to get to where they're going, right? And not be too violent or gratuitous with like the deaths of principal characters. And the final scene with like it's all like bathed in that red light.
Yeah.
You know? And you got the fucking Gatling gun. They bring in a Gatling gun. And you have like the witch like cosplay convention. You have just like all these different witches there. And it's such a wild, fun, just like unfettered collection of ideas, just like concepts on witches, you know, different executions of like what a witch could look like. We're bringing all this together. We have the insane violence. Like, that's the end of the movie. Like, that should be the end of the movie. But then they kind of like, they drag it out. We chase down our Muriel, and we have one final little brawl inside the house. which is narratively satisfying to like take things back to their origin point, you know. But like we just hit a major high there. But I really appreciated that. Like sometimes, like Sam Raimi does this a lot too. Like, why are we throwing deadites around? Why are the deadites throwing the humans around? Like, just you watch the original Evil Dead and it's so brutal. Like the violence is so immediate. Like, yes, they have the ability to rip you apart, and they do. But then sometimes with horror comedies, like, but sometimes they just want to toss you into a wall for like the next 3 minutes. And I don't often like that choice. And we did have some of it, but mostly I felt like the violence was appropriate to the level of like horror.
I really feel like, it was sometimes surprisingly immediate with just how violent it got.
There's also some really just fun writing. I collected some snippets of favorite dialogue. Like, are you a good shot? No, not really. That's why I use a shotgun.
Yeah.
Like, that's a very fun line. Even going back to like Jeremy Renner just having fun, like hearing the abduction story in the tavern, just that's so weird. Trolls are extra, just like some really fun lines throughout the movie.
Just his entire interaction with the kid who's like their fanboy. Every time they're on screen together, it's just so, I mean, at the end, the kid gets kind of like taken prisoner and then a knife held to his neck by the main bad witch. And Jeremy Renner shoots him in the shoulder to get to the witch. Yeah. And after the fact, he's like, hey, how you doing? And he's like, I guess I'm all right. And then he pats him on that wounded shoulder. And he's like, all right, good, let's go. And it's just the level of fucks he does not give is so good.
And those are the level of celebrity interactions that you could be enjoying too.
On the Jeremy Renner app.
Simply sign up for the Jeremy Renner app.
I knew it.
And a quick payment of $49.95 will get you the requisite stars needed to get Jeremy's attention. You too could have a pat on the head, a digital virtual pat on the head from the man himself.
Speaking of Jeremy Renner and being in this movie, I would hate if I forgot to mention the fact that he has ancient diabetes.
Yes.
He has to take insulin shots before insulin was invented because he ate too much of the candy house when he was a child. Just such a fun little, I mean, okay, so I don't have a trivia corner, but I did read this a little bit. They had also planned to give Gretel an eating disorder. Initially, and then they scrapped it because it just didn't, it just didn't read right.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest, like, I didn't expect a very good time when you proposed this. Like, oh, that sounds like, I don't know, like low effort, just, hey, how do we grab moviegoers' attention? Like, let's take a familiar property, a fairy tale, and like make it edgy or like make it goofy, horror comedy. Like, and you've seen a lot of this, like stuff that's fallen into the public domain. Like, look, here's Winnie the Pooh, but it's horror Winnie the Pooh. Aren't you going to go see that? Don't you want to go see that? Pay money for that?
Don't you want to see blood and money? I mean, blood and honey. I mean, they were going for the blood and money, but it's called Blood and Honey. That's my bad.
Have you seen it?
No. I have no interest.
So let's do an episode on it.
Cool. I kind of do want to see the Steamboat Willie one.
Prince of Persia.
I kind of want to see the Steamboat Willie one. I think it's called Screamboat, which is pretty good.
That's the level of writing that
we expect. Yeah.
We should be prepared for, yeah. And there were a bunch of things like this, like Abe Lincoln, Vampire Hunter, and stuff like that. Like, that's not a fairy tale.
Pride and Prejudice zombies.
Yeah, that kind of shit. Are there any other fairy tale protagonists or stories like that you would like to see updated? Do you want to see like Little Mermaid versus Cthulhu or some shit? I guess it would be Dagon. Like we'd be like looking at fish gods. Maybe.
I think it'd be fun to have like a pretty gritty Beauty and the Beast. Like, especially the idea of like man being the true villain of the entire thing.
When I was going through student teaching, we would like meet in the auditorium of this high school like every morning before we would break out to go to our individual like schools and teach for the day, and then we would reconvene in the evening and do classes and things like that. And so I remember being in a big cohort of other fellow student teachers, and one dude's like introduction, you had to stand up in front of this whole cohort of a couple hundred people and just like give a brief bio of yourself. And what he chose to introduce himself with was, my name is so-and-so. I'm teaching this grade level at this school. And I just want everyone to know that in Beauty and the Beast, Gaston was not the villain, and all of his actions were completely justified. And I've never forgot that guy or that take on Beauty and the Beast. And the more I think about it, the more correct he is. All that to say, like, was man the villain of Beauty and the Beast? Gaston did nothing wrong. Also, like, Gaston, right? I'm all up in my head about pronunciations, right? Because your wife and you listened to our last episode together, and I've been informed that I had a sliding pronunciation issue with Elphaba.
Sure.
Elphaba.
Yeah.
I'm good with names. Gaston.
So, okay.
He yeah.
So,
like, from his perspective, girl from the village is abducted by a monstrous creature in a creepy castle. Go save her.
But from his perspective, that girl should never leave, work, read, have ideas. Like,
okay, let's not say he did nothing wrong, but I guess the plot driving actions were justified. Let's say that. He's a chauvinist.
He is the hero in his own head. Definitely.
I think he's also kind of a hero outside of his own head.
You are so wildly incorrect, but that's fine.
We as the viewer know that Beast is harmless, but nobody else knows that, right?
Belle does.
But Gaston doesn't.
Yeah, but Gaston wouldn't
and the
care
villagers
anyway.
Don't. What?
Gaston wouldn't care anyway. It's a beast for him to hunt. And the villagers don't know because Gaston's in charge of a cult of personality.
All I'm saying is if you have like a brave, courageous hunter in the village, right? And like there's a monster in the forest and someone from the village goes missing, and that hunter gets a posse together and they go hunt down the beast and save the villager who's been taken, like that seems like the outline of any number of heroic tales from history and legend.
You probably would have just straight up killed Edward the Troll. You would have.
I mean, if he abducted Gretel. Like, actually, to that point, like if you're in the village and she goes missing and then you see the troll manhandling her, you know, and I could see jumping to conclusions in that situation, sure. How are you going to distrust a man who eats eggs like that?
Easily. Happily.
Honestly, yeah. He would be like deep in the Rogan manosphere. Like he would be like selling supplements and
that's what I was thinking.
Biohacking.
The problem is, like, with you saying that about Gaston in this climate right now, like,
yeah,
I genuinely am aware of people who have that ideology in real life, and it is not good.
Okay, all that to say, like, the person who first posed this idea that got me thinking on this concept, this is like back in, I don't even know, is this like 2014 or whatever? It was a more innocent time culturally, and also this dude was not like manosphere coded. Like, he was like hipster.
I was going to say, was he the guy who sits and drinks, like, just sips on shots of Jaeger at a fucking pub right outside of campus?
Yeah, he literally delivered his biography in between like puffs from his pipe.
Yeah, I was gonna say clove cigarettes
back in his tweed jacket. Yeah. Well, I stand by everything I said.
Of course you do. Fucking maniac.
I want Gaston on my side if it comes down to this shit. Like, I feel safe in his arms.
I just realized you asked me if I owned Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. I don't own that, but I do own the Brothers Grimm movie with Matt Damon and Heath Ledger.
Yeah, I remember that one. Okay.
God damn,
I don't want to do that one.
No.
I don't want to do that one.
Which means we probably will.
But after Prince of Persia.
After Prince of Persia. I don't know what else I'd like to see redone, honestly.
Yeah.
But I know you don't have reviews. I don't have necessarily a trivia corner, but I do have a game. And I know you're bad at these games. Or at least you say you are. So this one may be this may be a little interesting for you.
Okay.
Chronologically,
it won't be interesting for me. It'll be terrifying for me, but it'll be interesting for you.
Yes.
Listeners. Enjoy.
Chronologically, this movie is batshit insane.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I would ask you a couple of questions just in regards to when things happened.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so first off, blood moons. In this, they say a blood moon happens around once a generation, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
How often do you actually think a blood moon happens?
Once a year, roughly.
About once every 2.5. It's just a total lunar. It's just a total lunar eclipse. That's it. It's all blood moons.
I don't know how often those happen.
At any given place, about every 2.5 years, according to cursory research. Insulin.
Okay. So far, so not good. Yeah, insulin. Okay.
I mean, you did better than fucking Gretel did.
Well, to be fair, this is 2025. I have the internet at my disposal. I should know any number of things that they did not know in their little medieval village. Yeah.
Insulin. When do you think insulin was first created? Remember, this movie probably takes place in what? 1700s?
I don't know, because like a lot of the things seem coded to like centuries before.
Yeah.
You know, and more like medieval coded, but then like you have firearms, but then like you also have like a fucking Gatling gun. Like I don't even think it knows what it is trying to, you know, like where it's trying to be.
And like, I don't know. I don't know when this movie actually takes place.
No clue.
So,
yeah.
Insulin. We know insulin did not exist because they didn't say anything about diabetes or anything like that. He had the sugar sickness. When do you think insulin was invented?
1846.
A little early, 1921, by Frederick Banting and Charles Best.
All right.
So we've only had insulin for 100 years.
Wow.
They use at one point a phonograph to fool a witch into thinking that a mannequin with a pumpkin head was a little girl left alone.
Yeah.
When do you think a phonograph was invented?
1846.
Close,
right, I'm trying to think
actually. Well, close-ish.
I mean, yes. Well, I was doing a bit, but I'm trying to think like the earliest like wax recordings, you know, that like we have extant, you know, like what those date to. And I think like the latter half of the 1800s. Am I right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you're in the ballpark.
1860s?
This says 1877.
Okay.
So I bet they had ones that played like the metal records like we see in this as like a music box sort of thing. Probably a little bit before that. So 1860s is a damn good guess.
Yeah, about the same time that we first developed we finalized the Gatling gun.
Yeah.
Like there were earlier attempts at that, but that was really when it came together.
That was okay. That leads us to the next one. When do you think a firearm was invented?
There's like stuff in China that's going like back to. I think it's probably Asia. I think it's probably China.
Yep.
My thought was like 1200, but maybe even earlier than that. I was like in the range of like 9 to 1200.
I will say it is earlier than that. The first written recording of a firearm, it was listed as a fire lance.
Yeah. Was
around like 500-ish AD.
Wow, I'm way off. Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
And so they just like existed moving forward until, eventually they came up with new and sundry ways to use them, but they didn't become popularized until much, much later. In this movie, they have a taser. Do you recall the taser? Yeah, you do. Your facial expression says so.
I kind of forgot about that.
And it uses...
So, back to the idea of when this movie takes place.
Yeah.
So...
It uses both an electromagnet, assumedly, as well as a battery.
Uh-huh.
So, what I looked up was, when do you think a battery was invented?
Hundreds.
Yeah. Actually, just knock off the S.
1800?
Yeah. 1800 really? by Volta, and then the first one that actually held a charge and was patented was by William Cruikshank in 1802.
All right.
And I've got one more for you. That's wild. This is a little...
That's wild.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
When do you think shit was used as a curse first? Because they use it in this movie, and it was the first one where I was like, when I think when Muriel, I think, says shit, my first thought was, they didn't say that then, right? Right?
But like, am I to take it like, I don't know, like the Middle English equivalent of shit?
When shit or its equivalent was first used as a curse.
An equivalent?
Yeah.
Because I want to say, like, if it's the equivalent, like the dawn of man speech.
That is not what I have.
When we put a word to shit, we use it as an expletive. Because now I'm thinking, like, if I had a time machine, how far back could I go and say the word shit to other humans that speak English and like have them know what I'm referring to?
Right.
Because I want to say, like, you read Chaucer or something, and like those are pretty sexual and pretty, there's a lot of toilet humor there. So I don't know, man. 1136.
The first written use of shit as a curse was 1508.
Oh, man. We learned firearms before we learned to swear properly.
I mean, they may have used a word like, I don't know, that represented feces or something like that, but wasn't shit or its equivalent back in the Chaucer time. But
that's what I'm saying. You have like early tribes of human, just like someone stepped in like mammoth poop, like, oh, and then that's the thing. That's the expletive.
What I looked up was, when was the word shit first used as a curse? And it came back 1508, which is
1508.
Pretty wild. I mean, I think, to me, the wildest one is a battery in 1800. Like,
yeah,
dang.
I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, okay, we have all these great developments in human ingenuity, right? The battery, we use a lot of batteries, but man, I use shit regularly. It might be my favorite swear. Like, it might be the most useful swear we have in the repository, right? I don't know.
I much prefer fuck.
The thing about shit is you can get away with it in all kinds of company, and certain company you would feel a little hesitant about using fuck in front of, but you might get away with the shit.
Well, that's if you have
shame.
shit
on network television, huh?
That's if you have shame. I do not. Like, I will say the word fuck in front of my mother. Hell, I think sometimes she listens to this podcast. Imagine the shit I say on this podcast.
Imagine the shit you say. The shit you say. I feel like shit, you can be like really, well, you can do that with fuck. I don't know, but like, Okay. You got shit the thing. Fecal matter.
Sure.
Horse shit. Bullshit. Dog shit. You have all the different animal shits that also have very specific meanings, right?
Their
a lie.
Own curse.
Yeah. Low quality.
Dog shit. Sure.
Dog shit. Horse shit. Shit out of luck. Up shit's creek without a paddle. I don't know. You have like no fucks to give. I feel like shit is more versatile than a fuck, though.
I don't know. I just feel like fuck always just feels better to say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to each their own. I just, you know, shit, fuck, shit.
oh God!
I just like.
Is this what
we're done?
Is this what rock bottom feels like?
It's like you said you didn't have trivia. Like, I came underprepared. I didn't bring reviews. What do we do for the last 20 minutes of the show? We got to hit our usual runtime. What if we just started swearing?
Started swearing a lot and seeing how each one feels on the lips.
To all these motherfuckers, turn this shit off. Why choose? Why choose?
Yeah, just say shit fuck. Fuck shit.
Or fuck this shit.
Yes, there it is. Speaking of, we'll just go ahead and go to housekeeping. Contact us at sourcenotfoundpod@gmail.com and let us know what fairy tale or fable you would like to see a gritty, hyper-violent, slightly nudity present take on. Also find us all over those social medias at Source Not Found Podcast or Source Not Found Pod. We're on Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, YouTube, where you can find a full backlog of all of our episodes, as well as any game that we cover that Brandon does on Twitch. And speaking of, Brandon, I think you're still in spooky season. Am I right?
Oh man, spooky season never ends over on my channel. Yeah. We went through all the Silent Hill games, played Siren on the PlayStation 2, just finished Outlast. As of recording, currently playing Alien Isolation. Just all kinds of spooky times to be had. More spooks coming up all the way through Halloween. That sounds like a good time to you. We'd love to have you. Come on by twitch.tv/LegionBug. Link down in the show notes, right next to the link to Jesse Jelena, composer of our theme song, my Twitch channel theme song, all kinds of good music, has been recently participating in some game jams, so has some work out there in some various games. It's just all kinds of good work. Definitely check them out.
Love that. And I did want to ask, are you still doing book club on Twitch?
Yeah, we are. We talked about Brandon Sanderson's Elantris last month. That was a great time. You showed up for a little bit. Thanks for coming.
I did.
It was great having you. Yeah. Great book. I am, if I have time to get in some more Brandon Sanderson, you might be hearing about him again on our Sourced in 2025 episode, but I don't know if I'm going to have time to read more, but I am desperate to source more Brandon Sanderson. I loved it. It was so good.
Yeah. Once you get into the Wax and Wayne series, that's Mistborn style in the Wild West and Way of the Kings and stuff like that, I am an old hand at Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah, I loved it. I can't believe I've gone this long without reading him. Yeah, this month is Hell House by Richard Matheson. Author of
awesome.
I Am Legend.
Yes.
Yeah, have you read that one?
Yes, I have. I think I may own it someplace.
awesome. So we're talking about that. It's always the last Sunday of every month. So it's the 9 a.m. October 26th, Japan time. So whatever that means for your time zone, if you want to come talk Hell House, we'd love to have you. And yeah, we do it every month. Yeah, and that's what's going on over on my channel. What's going on here on this show is also gratitude.
All that gratitude.
For all of our wonderful, wonderful patrons. We love you so much. Thank you, as always, to Frederick Viever Vorhog, Jacob Swindell, Joey Bishop, 13th Horseman, and Susie Daggs.
Friendship.
We love you so much.
We love you.
So much love.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. And we should probably just go ahead and say, guys, it's getting dangerously close to November. And we have some pretty fun stuff. So keep an eye out for all of that. And I don't know. Don't forget to check your toilets for shit fuck. Fuck shit. Yeah.
Fuck shit. And I know it's been a tough 6 years. I've really felt isolated and disconnected since the whole thing went under, like I used to have a regular means of communication with all of you.
God damn it, you fucking...
We used to be able to just congregate and share our stars and share our love collectively by sending all that love directly to Jeremy Renner and not actually being able to really converse with one another. It's just seeing one another give the celebrity hard currency in exchange for stars that we then give back to that celebrity. But I want you to know that I haven't given up hope on the Jeremy Renner app. You never know. You never know. Just keep going to those shows, keep seeing those films, keep showing your love and support in every way that you can. And I think if we just show enough organic interest, it might come back.
Rennergate 2025.
We love you, Jeremy. You're my main attraction.